Good morning. Oh, it's not the right seat. Crap. Why does this feel weird? That's why. Okay. Oops. I should got some music on. It's so quiet. Um, let's do this. Ow. Ow. All right, good morning, you guys. So I am in Bangkok, Thailand. As y'all can see, the sun is rising. So I have a meeting that is about to start. So I am logging in for that meeting right now. And you guys can listen in on the meeting. I am a serial business owner. I have several businesses that I am running remotely right now. And yeah, so this is a meeting with one of my interns, and we're gonna be just catching up, going over everything, and then he is my photo editor, so we're gonna be going over some of his photos, just looking at them, looking at the editing style, seeing if it aligns with my current editing style, and then also just kind of going over that. He's new, so this is our first meeting since he started. So we're just still kind of doing training. Let's see if I could turn my background off. Nope. Why can't you just have no background? Is that a possibility? Oh, there it goes. It's remove all. It looks so foggy. I thought that camera looked bad. This one looked worse. So yeah. So I am going to. He just sent me a message saying he's gonna be a little late. So I am going to go ahead and pull up our photos. I have a folder that we keep all of our photos in, or that I keep all of my photos in, and that is where he works out of. So we are going to go check the Google Drive folder to see if he submitted his documents for the week, as well as all the pictures that should be submitted. So let's go through here. That was July. I'm just going through folders. Basically, what he does is he goes through and he wants to like organize everything to make it look all nice and neat and cutesy and demure. So, I don't know what he did on these ones. I don't know what was done to these. These were supposed to be. I like that, but it looks a little orange. I like that one. I don't know what he did to these. Shut up, make them look a blue color. So this is why I do training, because what? Why my live is? It's paused. Oh man. I wonder why. Oh, there we go. That was weird. But that's the reason I do training, is because there's no way in me just explaining to you, you're gonna really get to know my style, how I want stuff edited. So I feel like it's really important to do this a couple of times, right? Because I notice a lot of these have an orange tint to them, and I want to we don't want that. We don't want the orange tint. So we're gonna go over that today. Once he hops on, I am gonna be hiring another intern for to help me with social media. So once I get that, and then I have him, we're gonna be good to go. Where's my albums? Hello.
Okay, hello? I'm still getting situated.
No worries. Take your time.
screens.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. How is summer going?
All is well. Getting back in the swing of things. I'm back working full time, so you know.
Understood. When does school start?
Starts in 3 weeks.
Okay.
3 weeks, yeah. So
Okay, so is that like September or August?
August, the last week of August. So I believe the first day is the 19th, the 18th or the 19th.
Okay.
Halal. The first day is the 25th.
25th. Okay.
Yeah, so 3 weeks almost exactly.
Okay. All right, I'm looking at the calendar. Because what I normally like to do is to have you like off that week, right? I really want you to focus on school starting back up. I know there's a whole bunch of pieces with that. I also know how that is. I remember going to wrong buildings and meeting all of the things, right? So like I don't let's take one
Right.
thing off of the plate for the week, right? So
Okay.
I'm going to add it on my calendar right now. You said the 25th. So yeah, that week. Take it off, get school together,
Yes.
get your books, get your life, get your health, get everything. And then we can come back and get everything back together the following week. Does that sound okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so once I was able to give you some pictures to edit, how do you feel like that was? You feel like that was helpful?
Yeah, overall it went pretty well. Also a couple issues were like certain photos to where like, kind of the same thing that we had talked about in the last handful of meetings where, it would be a situation to where this guy would be watched out or something of the sort, but I was able to do my best to mitigate those type of issues. So overall everything went well.
Okay. And then also it's totally okay. Like I'm pretty sure there's a spot on there. Let me check while I'm saying this. Where you can like, no it doesn't actually. I guess you would have to put it, oh yes you can, where it says say something. Okay, so on each of the pictures, there's a little thing at the bottom that says like say something. You could put it in the chat. If you just can't edit it, right, you can literally just write on that photo, look, I tried my best, but I don't really think that this photo is legible, or I was not able to edit this photo to like a likable place, or whatever you want to word it, to explain that. But I do think there are pictures that are going to be like that, right? The lighting was just wrong. The time of day was just wrong. The angle was wrong. It was just whatever was whatever in the picture, and the picture just is what it is. That's okay. I don't want you to think that the goal is for you to make every picture that's trash. Like the coloring's trash. The coloring's trash. I don't want you to think that I want you to make miracles out of it. But I do want you to differentiate the ones that you are like, all right, this is my work and I really love these versus everything else, right? I don't want them all to be turned in, that to all be a representation of what you think your version of your great work is. Do you see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Okay, so moving forward, if you could do that, just so I can tell them apart and I can know which ones that you're like, all right, these, I did the damn thing, you know what I'm saying? These are fire. And then these ones, like, I tried, I really did, but I just couldn't get it. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so let's go through them. I have them pulled up already. Okay, so I also realized that I probably didn't explain this well enough, but the hair photos, most of them are taken on like random background green screen type things, so they really all need to be we called, what is the word I'm looking for? Cut out, I guess, is the right word.
Okay.
Have the background
Okay.
removed on them. So those ones don't necessarily need editing color wise as much as the background just needs to be perfectly removed, right? So unless I have it on some
Okay.
beautiful background, like you'll know. Some of them it just looks took it on the table, or I took it on the couch, or I took it on some piece of random fabric, or I held it up to the wall, or I put it on a green screen. Any of those, we want them cut out. Now, if I did something great, like I took it to like let's say I had like some red velvet something or the other in some photo studio, right? Now, that's the right background. That one doesn't have to be replaced. There's some where I'm like outside in nature, and the background looks really nice with the trees and everything behind it. That background doesn't necessarily need to be removed, right? But the ones where the background looks like meh, or like I didn't try, it really is just me trying to get the hair. Those are the ones I need the backgrounds removed on. So I was not very clear on that. So I know when I went through here, I saw that you had edited some of them. So moving forward, you don't have to. It's just the background removal, really, unless it's like really bad coloring. But honestly, that's probably just a bad picture, and we shouldn't use that one, especially if it's for hair anyway. Okay, let me share my screen so you can see what I'm looking
Okay.
at. Okay, can you see?
Mhm.
Is it gonna let me? It's not gonna let me. Let me hold on. Let me switch this. Okay, so I'm gonna try to pull up the original beside the one you edited so we can see why is this not clicking. So we can see it side by side. Okay, so the reason why I pulled it up side by side is because this is how I edit. I feel like sometimes I think a picture looks great until I put it beside the original. And then I'm like, well, that is a little bit, and that's a little bit this, and that's a little bit that, right? And we want to keep in mind, yes, we are basic editing, but we also are paying attention in the photos that need to be edited and fixing those as well, right? So, for example, if there was a trash can somewhere, moving the trash can is really easy, right? Or a dog or some random person, right? Whitening my teeth, like you see in the original, they're not perfectly white, right? But they look a lot more pale. Background is pale and blown out, right? Once you brighten this up and made the whole orange, you can see my complexion is more orange. So my teeth, of course, got more yellow orange, right? So we got to be careful with these orange tints because we don't want it to look really contrasty, right? I am brown, I am olive, but I'm not really orange, right? So we got to be careful with the orange. I personally would rather be like brown and olive-ish, so like that green undertone versus like that orange undertone. So just something to be mindful of. And when we go through these, if any of these are photos that you're like, oh yeah, this is one of the ones where I really tried, but it just didn't work out, let me know that when I click on it so that I can have that in mind when when we're going through and we're talking about the edits.
Okay.
So this is an example of a photo where we just needed the background removed, right? So that I could take this and put this on something else. And you see how all of these like flyaways are here? Why is this doing that? This is kind of what, you know, the time and trying to make that look really nice and neat, to get all of this background off, all of this little background off. And same thing down here at the bottom, where it's kind of like randomly white in between. The auto select doesn't really pick up all of that. So that would be one that we want to just remove the background from. Okay, so let me pull up this one. I don't know why it's not doing that. Okay. Okay, so this one looks really good.
I had some struggle. Oh, okay. I had
It,
a lot of struggles with those handful of photos.
yeah,
Those were.
because of the lighting.
Yeah, like I believe the first one out of all those is pretty much completely washed out. And as much as that one, yeah, as much as I tried to, I couldn't really
That one.
do anything about that corner. Yeah.
So also, I think spot editing is going to be really beneficial in a lot of these situations, because when you edit the whole photo, it's going to change the color of the whole photo, right? And you don't want the color of the whole photo changed. To your point, you just want this spot edited, right? So if you spot edit this and lighten this down, then it will change this without changing the whole thing. Same with like all of the orange, right? If you get it to a neutral space, but let's say you just really want me to be more bright, or you just really want the background to be more bright, you just spot select all of that area, and then you edit that area instead of editing the whole photo. And then you don't have to worry about them mixing in that way. The overall like photo editing only works on pictures where where the lighting was good to begin with, right? And then you're really just color grading it and making things look more realistic and bright. But if the color is off to begin with, then you have you have to edit each area separately, right? We can't edit the whole photo in one entirety. And I'm not saying that we want to, once again, be like OD nitpicky about it, right? But there should be a way you can like select this. You can like auto select those 3 places, and then it'll allow you to go through and edit just those 3 places where those lights are really quick, right? Let's say you wanted to make them less bright because they were just too bright, or let's say the orange here was kind of what was messing up the balance and making everything look orange when you make it more vibrant. Colors is kind of probably also what messes that up, right? If orange is the color that is everything is turning, and then the carpet here is orange, pretty sure that just intensifies it. So that would be something that I would suggest. Is that something that you are familiar with doing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I spot edited most photos, and I may or may not have spot edited that one specifically. I know I did for the other ones that look like it. I'm just not sure about that one.
Okay.
I can look at it though, honestly.
No, it's no big deal. Okay, let's go to the next one. Yeah, so I'm not really OD about all of this like blown outness. That kind of just is what it is. I'm more concerned with the colors like here of me, and then like the overall color of the photo. Once again, we don't really want it to look orange because it looks like fluorescent lighting, right? If anything, at least here, this looks like white bulb lighting, right? which in opinion looks a lot more cleaner than like fluorescent bulb lighting. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So we gotta be just cognizant of what the overall like tone of it when it's done. So for example, considering that all of this is blown out, you really could have just edited me and then left the rest of it how it is, right? Because here the walls look closer to white. Here they look like a off-white color, right? So we got to be cognizant of like keeping things true to color also, right? If this was a picture that was going to be submitted to a news article, right? For, let's say, the hotel did an event for alopecia business owners, right? Business owners who had anything to do with, alopecia awareness. And let's say a picture got picked up and was on the website and on all of these other places, they're going to want to make sure that it looks true to what the actual hotel or property or whatever looks like. And it's not a really big deal, right? But they are really OD about stuff like that, right? They will literally say, oh, well, we noticed that your dress was red, but here it looks pink. So I think we're going to pass on that. It'll be something very simple like that, right? Like even in both of these pictures, the color in my pants is washed out, right? So that would have been something that we could go through. And now you don't know the original color of my pants, so you would have no idea of knowing that. But they like and maybe there's another photo where it shows better, but they're like a teal color. So it's not that they don't look teal, they actually look a very similar color in both of these photos. It just looks washed out, right? So that would have been a nice spot it, right, to go and select the pants and just make them like a nice vibrant looking color, right? I think everything else on here looks fine though. I don't mind that edit. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay. Yeah, I don't mind this one either. Same thing, I would tone down the orange a little bit. But other than that, yeah, I mind it. This one, we definitely wanted to remove the background on it. Same thing for all of these. The reason why I don't do a lot of editing to these is because a lot of times the background needs to be removed, right? Because when you edit with all of the background, it edits on everything, right? And we're just going to end up removing everything. So that means we are changing the original color of the hair based on a background that no longer exists, right? So most of the time I don't edit those. I try to just do really good with the lighting. And if I can't do really good with the lighting, then once we remove the background, most of the time the only thing you have to do is make it brighter. And that's an easy fix at that point. And maybe increase the sharpness and the clarity so that the waves or whatever look deeper or more defined. But yeah, moving the background makes that a lot easier because we don't really want to edit based on the background.
All right.
Okay, so let's find this picture. Okay, this one looks good. I would definitely make it more clear, like up the clarity on it. Or at least on me. Oh, go ahead.
The picture was blurry and I couldn't work around it. I do remember trying.
Okay.
I'm looking at it now, my editing software.
Okay.
It was like a threshold to where it was only can only get it so clear to where it started to ruin other aspects of the picture.
Right.
And so I just kind of stopped in the middle. I didn't want to ruin anything, so.
I can't think of the name of the setting off the top of my head, but there is a setting that takes this, where glare keeps coming up, but whatever this like haze, and like foggy haze is on the picture, there is a setting that I have to, where's my phone? Let me go get my phone, hold on. Dang, it's cold. This air. Okay. Let me find out. So I'm not just talking random. Yeah, maybe dehazing clarity would be helpful. I would have to go through and edit it myself to ow, sorry, my back, to really know if that's gonna work, because sometimes it doesn't work, right, to your point, and I know this, which is why I'm saying sometimes it just doesn't work. I'm thinking maybe some dehazing clarity would like help. Yeah. But same thing. It's a little orange, especially with me having yellow. We got to be cognizant, right? So what I would have did is probably went in and made the trees extra green, all of the grass extra green, made the tree extra brown, and made the sky extra blue, so that I didn't have to make me more yellow to make the background more vibrant, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, gotcha.
I don't mind this one either, but same thing with the yellow. Feel free to like get creative and do different style, color, patterns. They don't all have to be like identically edited. Same thing for this one. I look a little orange, and I think that definitely aided and abetted to my shirt being blown up. Sometimes there's like some spot editing you can do in these dark areas to help with that, so that it evens out a little bit. Yeah, this one looks a little orange.
Okay.
Oh, I looked at this one earlier. I like this one. Yeah, so I like this one. The only thing that I would ask is, I know that my face and my body are two different colors because of the lighting. So maybe edit them separately.
Yeah, okay.
He actually never posted this picture for that very reason, because I got a fucking badass tan and it is obvious. I've been on somebody's beach and my face and the whole rest of my body is two different colors. So yeah. And then also, you see my wig, it was a long day. It's not laying. Brother, you gotta hook me up. You gotta little patch, tap, 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 spot, tap, 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 blend. What that thing is called? I think it's called like blend or dodge and blend me, okay? Don't be letting my wigs be looking like that, okay? But I like that one. Oh, this one too. Let me pull it up.
Oh, it hasn't loaded yet. Oh, okay. Yeah.
This one too.
Okay.
I like this one too. My little lace wiggy thing don't look as bad, but I think one little tap tap wouldn't hurt. Um, I'm always down for you to whiten my teeth, right? Always,
Okay.
always add that in. That's like I like that just as much as the sky being blue. You can make the sky blue and you can whiten my teeth because it don't hurt, right?
Yeah.
But I like this one. I don't think it looks too orange. I still would edit me and the background separately. And the reason is because I think I would look less orange if the background looked more green versus more like yellow, if that makes any sense. If it had like a darker green undertone versus a yellow undertone, I think then I wouldn't look so orange. I would look more brown. But I like this one. Okay. How sway? Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, so I like this one too. I would do something with the sky to make it like pop, and I probably would have also did something to me to make me pop. So I don't mind the background. I think the background is great. I would have done something to the sky and something to me. And I know there's like shadows in places. I'm not mad at any of those either. I think it adds to like the ambiance of the photo. I would just make me pop and make the sky pop. But I like this one. Same thing. I like this one. I would fix the flyaways on my hair. And then maybe do a little clarity. Clarity is always good. Clarity and sharpening. You always want to play with those because you want to make me look as realistic and smooth looking as possible. And it's not really like for me and my skin, it's more so for like what it does to the hair. It makes the whatever in the hair stand out so the hair just doesn't look like pixels, right? Black pixels top of my head. It really looks like, oh, I can really see this curl definition, or this curl definition, or this curl definition. So it's really more about that, but I like that one too. A little less orange. I would definitely, like I separate the sky and me, but I like this one. I like the background. I like the color. This one is blown out. Let's find the original. Yeah, this one's really orange. Yeah, I just think the coloring is bad. Everything is bad. It don't look as bad close up, but it sure look really blurry far away. I wonder what it is. Okay, let's see if we can zoom in on this one if it's gonna look different. Why won't you let me just scroll up? That one still looks pixelated. Yeah, I just don't think this was a maybe not a fixable picture. I don't know. I would have to play around with it to see if I could get it to get more clear. But yeah, it definitely looks like the light is creating a shadow that makes it blurry. Oops. Okay. So that's all for that week. Let me go back to the following week. That was August. Oh, is it just the one?
Should it be? Let me go back to my folder.
Maybe I missed it. Or was it these?
Let's see. Well, I guess so.
Yeah, these look new. We didn't go over these ones. Okay, let's pull these up.
But I should have more somewhere. They're in some folder. I just gotta kind of backtrack. No, I got that. I guess they didn't upload.
Okay.
It was only 11, and most of them were outdoor pictures or. Yeah, okay.
Okay. Why is it showing weird? Okay, so let's find. Oh. Is he raining? No, it's just ugly. Okay. Let's find this photo. I don't even know where the bleep I was when I took that photo. It looks like Cambodia, but it could be Bali. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be putting folders, or favoriting, liking, hearting, whatever we did last time to the photos so that they go over into the chat. Because then it makes it easier for me to find them. Because I don't know how in the bleep I'm supposed to know where this random green is. And I went to like 6 countries in the last 6 months. I don't know where this is. I don't know where this is. And then I had you change the file name of it. So now I can't pull it up by the file names. I don't know where this is. Okay, so we just gonna edit based off of what it is. It's all good. It's not that serious. So it looks good. What I would do is once again I would edit the parts separately. So I would have edited the sky. The white part of the sky actually looks beautiful. What I would do is just put a little bit more intensity into the blue. I would make the mountains stand out so they looked a little bit more brown. And then I would make the greenery look a darker green versus like that yellow undertone green. So just make it look more dark. But I like this edit. This one, same thing. I would make all of the vegetation look more green, like this color green is right here. That's the perfect green for all of this because right now it looks a little blown out. And then I would also make sure that everything is sharp. This one too. Make sure that this sharp is sharpened and then it's clarified so that you can really see the leaves and that they don't look blown out. Let's zoom in on this one. Let me see what the original looks like. I know where this one is.
I know I remember having trouble with these as well. Just because the lighting situation was so specific. I think I ended up having to like solo out everybody in the picture, edit those independently, edit the background of the picture, under the table, like just because of the situation, and then the grain on the picture made it a little difficult.
So honestly, because of the colors and everything on it, I probably would not have messed with that too much, right? Because of all of the weird, high, red, pink, vibrant, neon lighting. And the fact that it's like vibrating off of everybody's brown skin, I think it might have been different if we were white, but we're not. So like, I don't know what it looks like on them, but I know what it looks like on us. So I probably would have edited the color at all. Even though we don't look very vibrant here, I probably would have tried to do that, made it more vibrant. I probably would have tried to work on the clarity and the what's the other word I'm thinking of? My mind just went blank. But yeah, I would have just worked on like trying to make it clear, worked on the clarity, sharpening it. I would have focused on those things, but I probably would not have changed the color for that very reason. I don't know who took these pictures. This was a breakfast brunch. We were pretty lit. So I don't even remember taking these pictures. So the fact that they're blurry does not surprise me. Whoever took them was probably lit also. So yeah, that's the scene, right? So I'm not expecting to make a blurry picture clear, but we can kind of sharpen it a little bit, right? So it doesn't look so mixy. Everybody just looks mixy and pixelated, I guess. So yeah, if there's ever something where the lighting is already weird to begin with, I wouldn't worry about it. I would just focus on like the clarity and just making sure that everybody looks as clear as possible. I do love that you straightened the photo up. Thank you for that. That's a big deal. That is definitely something I would have done. I hate that whoever took this photo has the fucking ceiling unstraight like that because then that means we're all unstraight and uneven. So I love that you did that. I like the overall edit. I would not have edited the color because it's just gonna make us look more red and orange because everything in the damn room is red and orange.
I think the next one is edited a lot more minimalistic, and the third one is more closer to the first, but it's a little bit more because the picture is more consistent than the first one.
Yes, I like that edit. The color in that. Let me go to. Yeah, I like that color edit better. I definitely would make sure that I know it's not clear, but I definitely feel like it got a little bit more pixelated. So we gotta watch that a little bit. But I like this one a lot better than the color on that one. I like this one so much more. This one would get posted. Um, yeah, yeah, I like that one. That why would they take that picture at that angle? Okay, let me see. Yeah, that one's a little red. I like that natural color a lot better. And the crazy part is the four of us look blown out, but she looks fine, right? If everybody was her complexion, then we would be fine. Not only is she in focus, but I feel like she fits into the background. All the rest of us, we just look like minions, purple minions. But yes, I think this is a great edit. It looks very realistic, very authentic, and you took this pink hinge tinge that's on here, you took it off. This one looks very really nice. So this one we want to make sure. Let me go to the original. Let me see what it looked like. So like this one, I would have tried to focus, and I don't know if this is even possible. Rid of these like stray pieces, getting rid of any of these stray pieces, and then just making it look more organized, more uniformed. You wouldn't have to take the background off because this is one of the ones where I said the background looks fine, right? But yeah, definitely just make it look more defined. Make it look something sellable, right? I would not post this picture or this one, just to be clear, neither one of them, because it does not look like something that is like appeasing, right? We want it to look like, oh, that looks cute, but we don't know what this looks like, right? And I don't know why this picture is even there. I know for a fact I gave you pictures that weren't good on purpose, right? Because I want to be able to see, we want to see the difference, right? We want to know a good picture, one that's salvageable, one versus one that's not, one that can be edited one versus one that just cannot. But that doesn't mean that every picture that starts bad we can't fix. So that's always the goal. If you get a bad picture, the goal is to figure out how you can make it look the nicest, right? So maybe you can't fix the color, but you can make it look clear, right? Maybe you can't make it look clear, but you can make it pop so that it stands out and it looks better, right? Maybe you could clean it up so that it looks nicer than if it just did if you didn't. You know, whatever you could do to make it look the best without like oversaturating it or anything. Same one like this. This one I think it's a little orange. And then the texture of the hair. It doesn't really look like hair. We want to make sure that whatever the texture of the thing is, that it stays as true to life as possible. So I definitely would sharpen this so that it is not so soft. It looks more like realistic. And then once again, because this orange is here, we want to be careful about making it look more orange. It's kind of blurred everything into the background versus this one. You can really see the difference in like the pillow and then the hair. Same thing with this one. I definitely would just make it look more realistic. It looks a little blown out. When you edit, do you take notes so that you can have like your thought process?
Um, sometimes I take notes now. I'm taking notes now, like just so I know what to look for. But generally, while I edit, I don't want to say freestyle, but I just kind of go off of what system that I already have in my head. Um,
I think the notes would be good, at least at the beginning, just so you can have like a reference to what your thought process was, if you did do something, if you didn't do something, especially the things that you know I am that what we're looking for, right? And you can always go to the Instagram page if you're wondering like, is this the right color? Does this look aesthetically like everything else that she shares? You could go to Instagram and pull up the Instagram pictures and compare them and see the color. And if that color is not, in alignment, that gives you a good idea of where you need to edit towards, right?
okay.
So this one I definitely would have separated it. Once again, all the pink, it does not do good because the pink and the red undertones for us are weird. So yeah, but I just look really really orange. And then I don't know if you can see, but there's like this blurriness that kind of has occurred to my face a little bit. Also, this is not important, bigger picture, but I would really love it. Ideally, the hair is supposed to be dark brown, black, right? And sometimes, because of the situations, like the color of this bathroom, the fact that I have on brown, and the fact that everything is pink, the color is altered, right? Can bring you that hair right now. That hair is not this brown. We saw the other pictures of me in that hair. It's not that brown, right? So I don't know why it looks so brown right there, but that would be a great opportunity. You can see right here it looks darker. Great opportunity to darken it if you can without making it look pixelated or blurry, right? If there's a way to darken the hair color so that it's more black, that's always a great thing to do in photos where I'm in it. If it's just the hair, you don't have to edit anything color wise on it, like I said, because there's nothing contrasting in the pictures other than the hair. But because I'm in the picture, my shirt is in the picture, all of this ugly lighting that is horrible. I don't know who thought of that. In the picture is messing up all of the colors and is making my hair look brown. And it's not that brown hair is bad, but I don't really like brown hair. I like black hair. So if that's something that is edibly feasible, then that's great. If it's not, don't sacrifice the picture to make the hair look brown, right? I mean black. I would rather the hair look defined and the curls to look popping and it to not look pixelated or blurry before you try to make it black. So I'm throwing things out there, but don't sacrifice it for the photo. If you were able to edit this photo and it looked perfectly fine and my hair was brown, I'm not tripping. This one is cute. Let me find it. This one's cute. I like this one. I actually think you did a really good job unblurring or pixelating whatever was going on here. You definitely used the clarity. You could tell also in my skin popping. This one is really nice. Really nice. Hmm. Now my computer dying. Okay, same thing with this one. Really nice. No try. I like this one too. I like this one too. It doesn't look too orange. It doesn't look too pink. It looks edited well. You straightened it up. I like this one. Same thing with this one. All three of those would get posted. All three of those could literally get posted tomorrow. I love those. Same thing with this one. This one, my face looks a little orange in this one, but same thing. It's really nice. Okay, let me go through some of these other ones. All of these, you definitely want to make sure we're not blowing them out. Same thing with this. This looks blown out. That one as well. Okay, did you just upload something?
I uploaded this stuff that belongs on that July 26th folder.
Okay.
I didn't know it didn't upload, but yeah, it's in there now.
So I definitely would have uploaded this separately. I think the reason why this is going a little yellow is probably because of my scarf in the background. But I would have made sure that this wood looks more brown. I would have straightened the photo up. And then I would, yeah, now make me so, I guess, yellow. Definitely whiten my teeth. I would darken my shirt to make it look more black if I could. And then same thing with the water. Make it look more blue pool splash-ish. This one is beautiful. I love this. I love the dramatics of it. Photos like this, if I'm not the main point of the picture, you don't have to take everybody out of it. I don't mind that. The only thing that I would probably do here is play around with the clarity a little bit, just to see if I could get these trees to look more defined so they don't look so blown out. But I love this photo. This one too. I probably would have played with this blue a little bit here to make it pop more, and then maybe a more intense gray over here, and then maybe made this a little bit more blue. But yeah, I love this one. Same thing with the green. Anytime you see green, the green, I would like it to have like a more like darker green undertone than like a lime green undertone. But I like this one. It looks like you straightened it. Everything looks really crisp and clear. But yes, just less green. Okay, so my computer's about to die. So I'll go through the rest of these. But I'm sure this one looks really nice. This one looks really nice. This looks like this could go in a magazine or article or something to be submitted. This looks really nice. But I'll go through the rest of these. I'm sure they're fine. Oh, that's the end of it. Oh, that's perfect. So yeah. So are those notes helpful?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to do this again because I'm not expecting you. I'm not one of those people where I feel like just because somebody told you something once or twice or three times, that means you're supposed to get it, right? That's not how learning works. If that's the case, we would all be millionaires because we would have learned a slewish, quick as fuck because somebody told us 3 times. So I want you to be able to learn my style and me to learn your style and us to really get in sync. So we're going to do another session like this in 2 weeks. So just shoot me a text message. Let me know what day and time works for you, and then we can go ahead and add it to the calendar. Is there any questions that you have for me?
Not as it stands. No, ma'am.
Okay. Is there anything that you need from me? Do you feel like you need help with anything? Do you feel like something is hard or not being conveyed properly or easily? Or is there something you feel like could be of assistance if you had it?
No, not necessarily. I don't necessarily have any complaints. I do think that you should pick the photos. I think that makes things a little bit more clear.
Okay.
Because, you know,
Okay.
because like I'm extremely picky, and so like I was going through and like that last week of July is 1 week where I know I only had 11 photos because I just didn't really feel like I had a direction, and so if that's something that you can do.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm completely blown out. But yes, absolutely. I can definitely do that. That is no problem. I'm actually going to go in and do that today. So you'll have them for the next 2 weeks.
Okay,
All
great.
right. And if you ever have any questions, you know you can always reach out to me.
Understood. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. I hope you have a good night.
You as well.
Bye. My computer is dying, y'all. Oh my gosh, Lord, the phone is froze. The phone is froze. What? No, my computer cut off. Give me triflingly handling the computer. I'm just too bright. What the bleep is going on? It's like completely blown out. Oh, I'm blocking the sun. Apparently that is what's making it blown out. Okay. I just want to have a good night. Hold